Hey, good morning, everybody. Hope you're doing well. It's Seth Mascoro Jr. with MH Sales Mastery, Manufactured Home Sales Mastery. That's right. Hope you are fantastic. Like it's the what's today? 28th, I guess, of August. Yeah, 28th of August. Man, it's hard to keep up every single day. There's more and more going on and things changing. And I just realized I misspelled the title. I apologize for that. My wife is going to kill me. She really loves it when I misspell stuff. But anyway, hey man, so what has been going on with you? I am out here on the road throughout Texas right now, and just building out some great things. We've got some a lot of changes going on. We've had some other opportunities come in that have just completely taken our business and our lives to a whole nother level. And because of that, our life is changing, but it's only because your lives are changing. It's only because sales consultants and community managers across the country are really grabbing a hold of what it is that we're doing and applying it not just in their business but in their own lives. And we see the changes. We hear about them, people reaching out to us, letting us know exactly about the things that are going on with them and how they're having a positive change in their life, which ultimately that's what it's all about. When we started the company, we started this in order to transform, to revolutionize the industry. And that has not changed. Believe me, that is what we do every single day. That is the fight we fight every single day, is to revolutionize the industry, revolutionize the way the industry operates on the sales side of things, right? You've heard me talk about this for years now. And what that means is that we are um, talking about the fact that product has changed, financing has changed, so much has changed within the industry. However, what still needs to get caught up and really surpass all the change is how we operate on the sales side, how the buying experience goes for buyers, and what really people are or not doing, right? So we still have so much room for improvement when it comes to the sales process, when it comes to the buying experience. And that's what we go around the country doing through our programs, through working with different individuals. We're working on making sure that you understand that what is going on up here for buyers is completely different than what it was 3 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. And until we all realize that if we start to level up our game, we're always going to stay at that same little 8 to 10% market share. And I don't know if you guys have looked into this before, but 8 to 10% market share of any sort of industry is really nothing. Okay. Um, there's a study that's been done on breakthroughs in businesses and industries, and what the studies show is that until an industry or a business or whatever it is that you're doing, maybe it's your own social media, you know, uh, your own social media content and branding that you're putting out there, until you reach an 18% market share, you are still in the you're still in the infancy of any sort of business. At any point in time, it could fall apart. Okay. But at 18%, that's when you've gained enough market share to say that this is now officially something that is recognized as a true option. So how do we take the manufactured home industry from that 8 to 11% market share to 18 to 20%? You're not going to do it by continuing to do the same things you've always done. You're not going to do it by continuing to operate your retail center the way you always have, or by thinking uh, simply about how you can take business from your competitors. You can only gain another 8 to 10% of a market share by creating a new market. You're only going to increase market share by creating a new market. And there is a new market out there right now. it's been there for the last almost 4 or 5 years. It's always been there, but really where we could do something about it as an industry, it's been there the last 4 or 5 years, which is the buyer, the site built buyer that can no longer afford that home. That right there, my friends, across the country, there's over 26, I think it's 26 million afford this type of home lately. And these realtors all have confirmed that the majority of the people that they're seeing are only qualifying for $200,000, $300,000 mortgages, and that house does not exist. That site built home does not exist, at least not one that these folks are willing to buy. So what I'm telling you right now is you have that part of a market that you can gain as a client for you, whether you're a retailer or whether you're a community operator anywhere across the country. That is who you should be targeting. I tell folks all the time, look, if you right now were to go on Facebook Marketplace and you post an ad and you said, look, I only have this one, I'm going to give you an example. If you went on there and said, I only have this one single wide available and it must go cash and you must have land and you must deliver it in 30 days. If you're saying those are the three things that these folks have to meet in order for you to be able to help them, okay? You specifically say, you put it in the ad, you put it in the description. If you're posting this ad into the miscellaneous category where you can put a title and you put all that stuff in the title, you could say, these are the only people that I'm going to help for this one particular house. You're still going to get everybody else's attention. You're still going to get people contacting you that don't have land. You're still going to get people contacting you that don't have the cash to buy it cash. You're still going to have people contacting you that can't move in 30 days. So what am I trying to tell you? That even though you were to shift your marketing, if you got with a company like Build Media, David Finney out there, all these other guys that do it, David does a great job, and he's aligned with this. So that's why I bring up his name. But if you were to get your marketing and switch it to cater to site built buyers that can no longer afford a home, you're still going to get the regular business you get, because those people are in the market share of manufactured homes. So you're not going to miss out on business by simply shifting your marketing strategy to go after this. However, you will not get the site built buyer by keeping things the same. If nothing changes, nothing changes. You also will not get any of that market share if you continue to show up the way that you currently do. You see, those buyers are used to a certain type of buying experience. They're used to a certain type of approach. They are used to a certain way of doing things. And so when they show up at your retail center, and then you're trying to take them, first of all, if your appearance isn't on point, you totally lost them right there, right? So if you're not looking sharp, I'm not saying you got to be a shirt. I'm not saying you got to be a suit and tie, but at least some slacks and a decent dress shirt or a polo shirt tucked in, ironed, looking clean, looking sharp, smelling good. That's the first thing. The second thing is, what does your office look like? Does your office represent professionalism? Does it portray a high standard, or is it just, and it's just our sales center? I've been into some folks, I just flabbergasted, all right? And if I feel that way, and I've been in the industry for 16 years, imagine a new potential buyer that has never looked at manufactured homes. They've always been looking at site built homes. They ran across an ad. They saw something that said, hey, you know what? Let's go check this out. It may be something we can do. And then they pull in and they see that. My gosh, they are just going to run for the hills. And then from there, guys, How do we treat them? How do we talk to them? What is it that you do? How do you present yourself? Are you a salesperson or are you a consultant? Are you giving them a consultative buying experience or are you just pitching them? Or are you just finding out what they're looking for, running right out the door to go show them some houses? You see, like I said, they are looking for a certain type of buying experience. And just like we have worked with I'm going to say at this point, we got to go back and look at the numbers, but I'm sure by this point, it's been over 650 sales consultants, community managers over the last 2.5 years. But just like we're helping them transform as professionals, as individuals, you need to transform the way your business does business. That's the only way you're going to gain that extra market share. That's the only way that you're going to transform other people's lives. That's the way that you're going to be able to influence these site built buyers into considering to buy a manufactured home from you. And the potential is there. My gosh, we are wasting time. We are wasting opportunities. We're spinning our wheels because you just sit in your office and you're thinking of how you can take business from the retailer down the street or across town or in the next city. When you should be thinking about how can I get this new buyer to us? That's what you should be thinking about. That's where your head should be at. That's what you should be involved in. How can I get these people's attention and how can I provide them the type of buying experience that is going to make an impact? And the only way that's going to happen is by you choosing, it's a choice to raise your game. It's by you choosing to operate at a different level. It's by you choosing to learn the nuances of being a true sales consultant, right? As opposed to a salesperson. It's you as the owner of your retail location deciding we are going to elevate our standards. We're going to raise our standards. We're going to raise our expectations. We're going to operate at a different level. We're going to do away with the lack of transparency. We're going to do away with, man, don't give them pricing. Don't tell them this. Just get them in the door. That's days of old, folks. And I hate, look, man, I'm 52. I'm not saying that as in being one of these people that are touchy-feely. I'm just telling you from a matter of fact, being across the country, talking to different buyers and getting the feedback and knowing what I know, that's just the way people buy now. That's the way people make their buying decisions. And you have to understand, based on those 6 steps of transformation that everybody has to go through, these are the things that must happen. And in order for those things to happen, this is what needs to be done. What are we going to do? How are we going to change things? How are we going to be different? That's what you've got to look at right now. And that's what you've got to put into effect so that you can transform the lives of others while transforming your own. That's the only way it's going to happen. That sun is a killer. Wow. Let me pull this over here. So, there we go. A little bit better. Here we go. Up close and personal. Look, we've got a lot of changes going on as well as a company. All right. We're moving headquarters. We're moving home base. This week, you'll hear all the details tomorrow. Okay. I'm not trying to spill the beans just yet. Okay. But some of you already know. So we've uprooted. We moved. We've added to our repertoire. We've added to our team. We've got brand new team members. Rolando Ortiz. He's a sales consultant here based out of Texas. Was formerly with Texas Built Homes and a couple other locations. A lot of experience, a lot of wisdom, a lot of desire to help folks. He's part of our team now as well. We still have Stephen Mitchell out in Kentucky, who's part of our team. We've added a couple folks in Florida. We're growing. I told you guys from the beginning, man, this is going to be a national company. That's what we're building. We've gotten opportunities thrown our way. Some we haven't taken anybody up on, and one we have, and we're continuing to grow. So we're blessed. I thank God for everything that we've been able to do up until now. And I thank each and every one of you, who has, even if you haven't reached out to us, even if we haven't spoken, if you have watched one of these videos, maybe read an article that we put out, maybe something that you took that helped you out, man, we thank you. We thank you, and we hope that one day we get to meet you. And with that in mind, I'm going to leave you with this. In a month and a half, well, a little over a month and a half, October 21st to the 23rd, we're putting on MH Sales Mastery Live in Dallas, Texas. It's a 3-day event. We're going to have, first day is going to be a mixer, food, drinks, music, fun, get to know each other. And then the next 2 days, we're going to be full of learning, of just, we're going to be pouring into you. We got all kinds of speakers coming in. Thomas Dixon with Dynamic Home Repair, David Finney with Build Media, Joe Kesterson, formerly of Palm Harbor Titan Factory Direct, and now Atlas Home Center, just a giant in the industry. He's going to be keynote for the event. And Joe Costello with Quitbit's also going to be there. You guys heard about that guy from the last one in Orlando, man. You don't want to miss it. And we've got others lining up, and just a network of people, but the space is limited for this one. We are capped at 50 people that can attend this thing. And we've been working on some other details for it. I think our goal is to have our ticket launch on Monday, Labor Day. All right. So make sure that you are ready to go. Get your flight set up, man. Come into DFW, easy in, easy out. It's going to be a beautiful hotel, Lorenzo Hotel, downtown Dallas, man. It is fantastic there. October 21st through the 23rd, MH Sales Mastery Live. You don't want to miss it. There's a whole lot of stuff coming down the pipe, and we want you to be a part of it. You guys have a great Thursday. All right. We'll be talking again soon. I got to get in here, take care of some business. We'll be talking. And if there's anything that we can do to help take your life, your business, your career to a whole new level, please feel free to reach out. That's what we're here to do. Have a great day, folks. And as always, can't wait to meet you.